wir planen schon noch so.
Einfach hinterher. Jetzt als Video.
It's the greatest sailboat race in the world, without anything in second place. And the course is perfect, solo, nonstop, around the world, without assistance. That's the perfect course for a sailor, the perfect challenge. And these boats are big and powerful, and they're a handful to sail. Probably the way to describe the physical effort is that the target for nutrition is 6,000 calories a day, which is 3 times the norm, and that goes on for 3 to 4 months. So it's a big effort for sure. No, we have 29 great boats and 29 great skippers here, and oftentimes the whole fleet doesn't make it. There are breakdowns and perhaps injuries and so forth. So I think what's great about this race is that in particular the French understand that it's a human adventure first and it's a sporting competition second. Because even for whoever does win the race, it will be a huge challenge for them, emotionally, intellectually, physically. And they have to sustain that, they have to survive that before they can even be a winner. And that's the way it is. So the French just say, if you finish this race, you're a winner.
Generally, the race is the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And I think it's important at times to rein in the testosterone and not to be a hero in the first 72 hours. So I plan to not go crazy. I plan to mitigate the risk as much as possible and get to the sunshine, the warmth, as quickly as possible.
Maybe a little bit an activist of the sea. What I wanted to do with my boat was to show what is possible with renewable energies. That I have solar panels on my roof, solar panels in my mainsail. I have an electric motor instead of a diesel one, and I use this electric motor to generate electricity when the boat is moving forward through the water. So my goal is to be the first sailor ever to complete this race without burning diesel or any fossil fuels. So the idea is that I do not take diesel, in fact. I will not take diesel, I will not have a heater, I will not run an engine on board, I will only generate electricity in a clean way. Like Germany, in fact.
Like Germany, why?
Because Germany is a world leader in renewable energy. Well, there are 29 boats at the start. Typically, there is a 50% failure rate. There are many things that can happen at sea. Either the mast can come off, or sometimes the keel, or there is a problem with the electronics, or all of these things. And it's a very extreme race. And so throughout the 7 editions that precede this one, only 50% of the boats finish. So, assuming that I sail well and that I finish the race, then yes, I could be in the top 10 or close to that.
You know, I was racing here in the VendeeGlobe in '92, a long time ago, and I was the first non-French skipper. In spite of that, there is a lot of sailing nations, like Australia, New Zealand, Spain, England. I can tell you the countries, also Germany, for example. But I was the first non-French skipper to finish the VendeeGlobe. This is the cockpit where we are now, and I've got 6 winches here. 4 of them I I manage with this coffee grinder, the two primaries and the two pit pinches. I can hoist the mainsail and I can make all the reefings and managing the dagger board up and down, managing the jib points. Everybody is racing against themselves. This long race is about that, racing against ourselves, and day by day, hour by hour, fighting, and this is not that kind of sport which is 1 minute and you can see the result immediately. This is a really long distance something, and I guess the result is something different than in a traditional sport.
Votre place pour travail? Votre working place? Votre
This is the
bureau?
navigation place here. Navigation table with the computer. This is the radar here, all the instruments. I can manage the keel to move.
C'est bon. 1 minute 20 du départ.
3, 2, 1, top. Dans 1 minute, l'envoi du signal préparatoire.